Ladies and gentlemen, three reasons why I say no to student loan forgiveness. Please forgive me and hear me out. I'm going to give you these three reasons why, and I'm also going to break down the numbers to it as well. But please forgive me and hear me out on this. I want you to really think about this. All right. So if you haven't done so already, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Go ahead and make sure.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of our ladies, you are now tuned into the Investor Show. As always, this is your gracious host, the Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from the beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share button. And as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time, so we're going to jump straight into it. Student loan forgiveness. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's my three reasons why. I'm going to give you the three reasons why, and I'm going to map out a better way. I'm not going to talk about the problem. I'm going to give you a solution. And I really want to hear what you guys and girls think and got to say about it. The number one reason why we shouldn't forgive student loan debt, we can't afford it. We just printed out trillions of dollars during the stimulus package, and we see what that is doing in inflation. While we're going to print another $1.2 trillion to forgive everybody, we know we can't afford it. We know we got a crap ton of debt, but I know people don't care about it. But we already know that's fiscal irresponsible money that we already don't have. Why would we drum it up when there's already a better way? That's my rule number one. Reason number one. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, we're just passing the buck. So guess what? Let's go in and say they wipe away $50,000 of your student loan debt, and then guess what they're going to have to do in 4 or 5 years? My 11-year-old son, he's going to have student loan debt. Grandchildren going to have student loan debt. It only is just passing the buck. Hey, we get it paid off in 5, 10, 20 years. You're going to have a whole nother generation that want to get forgiven too. What are we going to do to fix the problem? That's reason number two, passing the buck, because it ain't an answer to it, right? Number three, it's a better way. And I'm going to break it down into the segment on why it's a better way and why I say no to student loan debt forgiveness. So, right here, this is what it's going to cost. It's going to cost the cost of the student loan debt if they forgave everybody, like Senator Bernie Sanders said, if they forgave everybody, according to the Department of Education, it's going to cost $1.6 trillion if they forgave everybody. Forgiving student loan debt up to $50,000 with this is what other people propose. That's going to cost $1 trillion. If we gave everybody $10,000, it'll be 373. So we went out there, according to the Department of Education, forgave everybody student loans is $1.6 trillion. That's $1.6 trillion that it would cost to forgive everybody. Here's a better way, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of taking that $1.6 trillion, what if we take 1.6 trillion divided by 50,000, right? What number do we come up with? 1.6 trillion divided by 50,000 comes up to be 32 million, right? Right now in kindergarten, we have kids. In America, it's approximately 3.4 million kids in America. Literally, instead of giving $1.6 trillion and forgiving everybody, how about we give every kid in America a $50,000 investment account? You hear that? Give every kid in kindergarten in America a uh, $50,000 investment account. If it's only 3.4 million kids in kindergarten currently this year, it's going to happen every year. We can do this for about 10 years. For the next 10 years, we can give every kid $50,000 investment account as soon as they walk into kindergarten. Then every year we give them financial literacy. If they take a financial literacy course every year, they successfully graduate high school, they successfully uh, get picked up by a college or university, and keep a clean criminal record. Guess what? You take it that $50,000 invested into an index fund that earned 8% for 12 years because it was in kindergarten to 12th grade. If they had $50,000 that compounded at 8% a year, by the time and 12 years later, they're going to have $130,000 ready to go to college. So I looked it up. The average cost of a bachelor's degree right now, they're saying is $101,000 in today's economy. $101,000. Let's say the cost of education went up by I'm not inflated. I'm trying to use the right word here. Right now, they're saying $101 is what a degree costs, a bachelor's degree. Let's say if the cost of education went up by 2% a year. If the cost of education went up by 2% a year, that means in 12 years, a degree will cost $128,000, a bachelor's degree. $128,000 in 12 years if it compounded at 2% a year, right? Which is the federal interest rate, the federal inflation rate that the feds would like to have. If it did that, a bachelor's degree would cost $128,000 in 12 years. But if we started kids out with a $50,000 account now that was able to compound an index fund for 8% a year, they will be able to go to school scot free. That's my answer. So don't pay off, because think about it. Our parents, I'm a black man. I'm 37 years old. My dad is 76 years old. He went through some things, and I have opportunities that he didn't have when he was my age, right? That happens with every generation. So every generation, you have to bite the bullet. The people who owe college student loans right now, of course, I would want it wiped away. But guess what? You can pave the way for the future and say, hey, well, Prince, how would you sustain this program? All these scholarships, all these grants that the government gives out every year. No, give that to students. Give that to kindergartners. Give it to kindergartners. Let it compound. Give them a financial literacy course every year. They have an investment account. One, it would incentivize graduating high school because people know, man, my college is paid for, and go about it that way. Reallocate the resources, reallocate the funds, and let it go about it that way. That's my thing. What are you guys and girls thoughts are on that? Right? What are you guys and girls thoughts on that? That's my thinking. That's why I say no to student loans. Okay. Max B, what's up, Max B? He said, what if we forgive teachers, nurses, and doctors? It would be cheaper, but if we gave, you know what? I will put it this way: if you're going to go get a degree, it has to be a STEM degree. That would be my stipulation. It would have to be a STEM degree. If you're going to go get a degree, you can't go out here and get an underwater basking weaving degree, then work at Chili's, then be in $100,000 worth of debt. I don't agree with that. Get something in STEM. But I don't agree with why just teachers, nurses. What about the people who are going to say, if we forgive teachers, nurses, and doctors, what about the people that got law degrees? What about people who got finance degrees, business degrees that just stuck like Chuck Max B? What you think? P. Smooth said, I want my student loan removed, but this is not a bad idea. If the government wants to keep giving away money to Ukraine, then do it for us. I'm with you 110%. I see Biden out here, oh, guys, we don't have the money. But when the pandemic came, when Ukraine came, when we got money just throwing it all overseas, moving people all in, but we got people here that could be using that money. I'm with you all the way. If you're going to throw away billions of dollars, come on, man, go ahead and wipe me clean too. I'm with you. Because we're the taxpayers. I agree with helping people out, but that's like me paying somebody else's bills and I ain't even pay my own bills. That's crazy. So P Smooth says, what's up, P Smooth? I know you down there in Picola, I think. What's going on with you? Glad to see you in here. He said, what about kids that don't want to go? Now, kids who don't want to go to college, then it could be something like an entrepreneurship program. Maybe they have to take a business school, not a business school, but maybe a business course, go through some business curriculum, and maybe they could use it to start a business. See, when you tell people they can start a business, a lot of people say, let's say if you want to go I want to go into real estate. Well, use it to pay for your real estate license. Every business is going to have a license. Hey, I wanted to use it to start a trucking business. You're probably going to have a CDL. Use it to pay for your CDL. So even as an entrepreneur, it can, hey, I want to go into the financial industry. You're probably going to need certain licenses, maybe a degree, whatever. I want to be a school teacher, doctor, lawyer. Even on the entrepreneurship side, you're probably going to need some web education. I want to get into music and make beats and produce. You can go take a sound engineering course at these colleges too. I want to, is every degree, even if you want to be an electrician and be your own entrepreneur, is going to require some form of education, and boom, you got to pay for. But it gets tricky, peaceful, when you start giving people money. Hey, go start a business. Then we already know 95% of the business is going to fail. The other 5% that do survive, they probably won't hire anybody, probably don't do that well. So I don't want to go into a failing system, but every form of business, you're going to have some form of education. That's just my take. That's my 3 reasons, ladies and gentlemen. 1, we can't afford it. 2, we just passing the buck. We get forgiven, but what about the kids? 3, it is a better way. Take this $1.6 trillion, create investment accounts for kids. Now, kids, you're talking about closing the wealth gap, and now kids who got $50,000, they could turn around and grow that thing into $130,000 in 12 years and have their further education paid for. If they don't use the funds, if they decided they didn't want to use the funds, take the money, put it back into the pot, let it go to another child. That's my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think. My name is Prince Dykes. And to the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy y'all see me doing around the globe, my name is Prince Dykes, and I'm going to keep working on this plan until it happens one day. That's one thing I got to get done before I leave this earth. Every kid in America starting kindergarten get an investment account. All right. Well, to the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy y'all see me do around this globe. Peace. Be safe. I'm out, and thank you.